it's your girl AyChristene, and we hit 100K! Whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop. Okay, so I'm super excited that we hit 100K. Thanks to you guys. Shout out to everyone who supported this channel, who subscribed. I know originally I was doing React to my gaming channel and I moved them over here, and a lot of people came over. Some people didn't, but a lot of people came over. And this channel's been kind of growing on its own, and I am so grateful for everyone that's been supporting it and bringing us to this new height on this channel. I do have a couple of fun things up my sleeve. So there's a fun music video that was originally supposed to be for my gaming channel for hitting 100K, but it did take a little bit for everything to come together. So it'll be released on this channel, so stay tuned. It should be this week sometime. And also, there's something, a little cool surprise that I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be done before I pass to 200K. Well, I pray it will be. I think it'll actually be done maybe next month or so. So just keep an eye out. I'm really excited. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get into this video. This is Learning How to Drive by TimTom. Link for this video is in the description box below. Now let's get started.
I never really wanted to get my driver's license. Most kids were super excited to start driving so they could go to the mall without their parents or whatever, but I was what my mom calls weird. I never even asked to start driver's ed. My mom just enrolled me one day. Thanks, Mom. Driver's ed was really early in the morning, before school even started.
Mine was after
0 hour. And I couldn't even be a little late or I'd fail, which I guess makes sense because you don't want people on the road who missed stop sign day, but I didn't ask to be there, and waking up at 6...
Whoa, hold on. It ain't just a day though, bruh. It's all the time. It's not just like, today we're gonna stop, tomorrow we're just gonna keep on driving. It's all the time. Oh dear. Oh dear. What state does he drive in?
And waking up at 6 is definitely my least favorite thing. Besides, I didn't even care about driving. What, you couldn't wait a year, Mom? One time, a cop came in and gave us a talk about how cars are 2-ton death machines. He ended the speech by asking what the most dangerous thing on his belt was. And I answered, your gun. But the cop looked at us knowingly, held up his keys, and said, these are the most dangerous thing on my belt.
What?
Which...
Ninja, what? Unless you know close quarter combat, right? That's what CQC, where having a pair of keys could be highly dangerous, because if you're in like a fight, you can take the keys and like jab them in places that could kill a person. Ninja, and I'm sure that cop does not know CQC. The most dangerous thing on your belt is not your pair of keys, Ninja. That is more likely also in your pocket, not your belt. It's your gun, sir. It's your gun. Oh my gosh. What state is this? What's up with these people?
I'm pretty sure keys are not more dangerous than a gun. Not unless you're bad at aiming or very creative.
I was gonna say,
basically consisted of just learning traffic laws, which seemed okay until my first driving practice, when I got in the car and realized they never actually told me how to, drive. I knew one pedal makes the car go, and nothing else. I was horribly unprepared. And to make it worse, I'd been paired up with the coolest kids in the class, so they got to sit in the back seat and judge me. It seems pretty irresponsible to put someone behind the wheel of a 2-ton death machine without actually telling them how to use it. That's like if you showed up to math class on the first day of school, and if you can't find the area under a curve, you die. After I circled the parking lot once, the instructor told me to get on the road, which seemed a little soon. I don't even remember how I stopped, dude, but I left the parking lot and came to my first intersection. The light was red, and I stopped. So far, so good. When the light turned green, I started moving again. A little slowly, but whatever. I was driving. A little ways down the road, I hit my second intersection, but stopped flawlessly. This was only my first time, and I was nailing it. The instructor leaned over, and I'll never forget what he said. He said, usually, you go at green lights. Now, you're not going to believe this, but he was right. At the time, I thought my driving instructor was so cool. When we'd meet for driving practice, he'd be like, do you guys want to drive to Burger King? And all of us would get real excited, like, you can do that? And when we were driving, he'd be like, hey, let's stop at that gas station. We don't need gas. I just want a Red Bull. I actually can't remember a time I saw him without an energy drink. He was always very...
That's kind of cool, though.
Awake. A little while after I passed the class,
that
it was finally time for me to
stands
take
for
the test for my
graduation.
driver's license, which I still didn't
Alright.
care about, but someone
Okay.
made me schedule it. And okay, I think every state is different, but the way Idaho does road tests is
Idaho,
real
okay.
shady. The DMV gives you a
Really?
list of phone numbers to pick from, and you just call some dude who tells you where to meet him. On the day of the appointment, my mom and I sat in a Winco
What?
parking lot until someone knocked on the window like some kind of driver's
what?
license drug dealer.
Oh
He
my
climbed in the
gosh.
car and didn't say anything for a bit, so I wasn't totally convinced he was the right guy, but he pulled out a
And you let him in the car? Nah, Ninja. I'd be like, who are you? Who is you? Show me your ID, your identification. I can't let him some random. No, I would go to another state and get my driver's license. I would not do this. This is crazy. That's weird. I don't think this guy is weird. I think his state is weird. Shout out to all my folks in Idaho. I love you, but you got to understand that that is just weird.
clipboard, and that's how I knew he wasn't a threat. The test started and we drove around
No,
for a
there's
bit,
more.
changed
Yeah.
lanes, went over a bridge, and
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't stop at even one green light. When it
That's
was
good.
over, we went back to the parking lot, and I sat there quietly just waiting to hear if I passed. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm so
I didn't
worried.
care, you know, I just didn't want to have to do it all over again. That's
Yeah.
all. After a couple
Uh-huh.
minutes of silence, he goes, "Better than the average bear." Whew.
What?
Wait, bears can't drive. When my sister
They
got her
shouldn't be.
license, she spent months saving up and looking through classified ads trying to find a car, but that seemed like a lot of work, so I just didn't. My neighbor had a car that he was selling, and he gave
Okay.
me a really good deal. I didn't have
That's
to work
good.
at all. Ha! Take that, Whitney. I actually have a lot of stories about my first
Wow.
so I think it deserves its own
He's so
video.
mean.
Yep, I'm doing it. Part 2, everybody.
I do, like, this does take me back, because I did driver's ed when I was in high school as well, but ours was fun, and our teacher, he had a vehicle, and I don't know if all driver's ed classes have this, if they put their lives on the line, but his particular car, he had an extra brake on his side, so if we didn't brake, he was braking, because the way he was looking at it is like, listen, I'm teaching you how to drive, but I ain't gonna die because you don't know what you're doing. So he would teach us, but just in case, he had that extra brake on his side, and he would tell us, you know, what we need to work on, what we could do better, what we did well. He used the sandwich approach, which I thought was pretty cool. Sandwich approach is when they tell you what you did well, what you need to work on, and then again what you did well. So it's a sandwiching of a evaluation type of approach that's really effective, for me anyways. But yeah, it was a fun experience. For this guy, I think it's funny that he didn't want to drive. He kept saying, I didn't want to, not that I cared, but you know, and he happened to find a car very well. That's actually really good. I didn't get my license right after driver's ed. I actually didn't get my license until I was 18. And that was just happenstance, not like I chose to wait till I was 18, it was happenstance. And I feel a lot better about it because I feel like you can understand a lot more by the time you get there if you've had your permit for 3 years. And I had my permit when I was 15. I do remember a crazy moment of when I first started driving, or not even just first started driving, but when my dad was teaching me how to drive. I'll tell you more about that at another time. But yes, I really enjoyed the video. He took me back. I think his art skills are cool, and I like his storytelling. I think he might be on the list. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you have driver's ed? Do you want to drive? What are your stories? If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below and support TimTom there. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddy.